A taste of honey. Let's look at courage. What does it take to have the courage? First, you have to have the willingness. Then you have to have the ability. And then you have to have the courage to go through with it. Where do you want to be in 3 months, maybe 6 months, or a year? Make a plan. Have yourself a notebook in hand to begin a journal, or 2 sheets of paper and a pencil to start your success plans. Even a calendar where you have space to write. You want to be able to see your successes and even your failures at achieving all the things you're thinking about doing. But you want to keep track of it so you can see that you are successful, the days you are successful, the hours you are successful. You want to have it written down. And because you compromise sometimes, but you want to see the percentage of successes that are above your compromises. You will get better. Why a taste of honey? For fitness, for food, for nutrients, for ether entities or spirit energy, and our thoughts. When we think about all of those get unhealthy. Every one of them get tainted and need a cleaning out. As a matter of fact, a taste of honey as a health benefit is a wonderful idea. Upon taking a teaspoon of honey from the bee farm each day, we could not go wrong. A teaspoon of honey with lemon, ginger, powder, or fresh and hot water as a morning tonic could set the stomach up for a better day. I found this on Google. I thought it was pretty accommodating for what we're trying to do here. Let's just read it together. I wanted to marry my dreams, so I cheated on fear and broke up with my doubt. We all have fears and doubts and worries that jump in and try to get us to stop our goals, keep us from cleaning out the cabinets and the refrigerator. But let's work on doing that. Not just the physical cabinets for food. Remember, we're working on intake from air, water, nutrients, mind, spiritual connection, however you want to view that, and physical fitness that cleans out the body and the blood and strengthens the body to support the bone structure. We want to work on all of it. So remember, thinking about it, you say it to yourself. I wanted to marry my dreams. We all have many, many dreams, many, many things we would really like to do or have happen in our lives. So I cheated on fear and broke up with my doubts. Let's all work on that together. How do we begin? We have to have a mindset. A mindset needs to be chosen by ourselves. We can set our mind like we can set our alarm clock. We have to choose. We have to choose over the doubts and the worries and the fears. Talking about the heart, to strengthen our heart within sadness is a very difficult thing sometimes because sadness wants to take us into depression and oppression. And in order for us to choose the right foods and in order to get our minds to be in a mindset or even to choose to set the mind like an alarm clock, we must establish peace in our minds with our decisions, even within the sadness, in order to come clear of some of that sadness. Sadness is justified many more times than we want to believe, but it doesn't take us into that wholeness. Eventually it does, but in order to keep our choices correct and choices going forward, we have to resist oppression and depression. It's okay to be sad, but it's not good to go into oppression and depression. And it takes a mindset, a mind choice to stop oppression and depression. All of that can interfere with getting our physical bodies corrected or our spirit connection, or all of it works together. Mind, body, soul, spirit, and heart, all of it is part of each other. And if one is suffering, the other can suffer, or all the others can suffer. So it takes some diligence. And yet, once we get one thing handled pretty good, then it's not so hard to do the mindset, to choose the better nutrients and the better walk in life. Then what do we need? We need to live. Many people live to die. Everything is planned out to do before death rather than to live right now. We can live waiting to die or live as eternity is now. What would you choose if eternity is now? Where would you be? How would you cherish each moment? Strength starts in the mindset. Healing comes from the action that begins in the choice you made in the mindset. In the following pages, we have examples of a way to keep track of your successes. You can get yourself a calendar, like I said, or you could even just draw these up for yourself and print more of them, or just go on Google and maybe find something that looks like this. The following pages. At the top of this page or table, we're going to talk about smoothies, because smoothies can be very, very useful in the essence of the nutrient levels that we can get into a quick, cool drink, almost ice cream tasting, sometimes maybe not quite delicious as we might think of as ice cream, because there's maca powder in it or matcha powder in it or something in it that's going to add and aid the body change and the mind change, because our mind gets tainted and messed up from poor nutrient levels. I have a station called Wise Eats. In there you will find my first smoothie recommendations with the berries and cherries and just a normal kind of enjoyable smoothie. No added extras like matcha powder and the many things that we can put in to aid even a higher level of mind work and body feeling good and etc. for wholeness. I will be putting up another smoothie recommendation style with all those other things, what things you can add to your smoothies for maybe your particular needs to help your brain function or whatever it might be that you have a need for. A place for you to keep track of your food, what foods you're eating that are nutrient fulfilling, and the ones that you're eating that are basically maybe not fulfilling in the essence of nutrient level. But what are you keeping your body using, and are you torturing your body? Are you helping your body? Are you sabotaging? Are you bringing to pass a better physical health and mental health through your foods? Keeping fit. Exercise, walking, biking, swimming, climbing. So many things that we need to do to try to keep this body strong, and the synovial fluid getting into all the joints, getting the blood to flow properly. There are so many things. So we want to keep track of what are we doing. We do have to go about it on a weekly basis. If we only did something once a month, that's a little less, fewer results on that healthy body. Once a week, would at least be 4 times a month, so to speak. Twice a week, doing anything. If you get up in the morning and you do your 10 minutes of stretching, you write that down. You say, I did 2 minutes of stretching or 10 minutes of stretching. I walked around the house and had 500 steps. I took a walk outside to the mailbox and I walked back, and then I walked around deliberately to get a little bit more walking time in. I jogged in place for a half a minute and then walked, and then I jogged in place again for a half a minute. There are so many ways to just get a little bit of exercise in. It isn't just the walking to the mailbox. You got to add something to that. We all walk, we all do things, we keep moving. But in order to continue to have the strength, we got to push ourselves. That little bit of distance more helps us get to a little bit more distance. So we want to keep track of that. What did you do Sunday? Sit around and watch TV the whole day? Or did you sit around and watch TV after taking a walk outside, taking your dog for a walk? Write it down. See your successes. See if you only do it once a week. Hey, could I add in another day to do that? And then you work towards that 2 days a week. And then you work towards 3 days a week. Don't expect too much of yourself too fast, but add in something new, something more every week, or keep track of what you do and what you don't do, and you'll feel better. Just an FYI, these are lemon water popsicles with fresh mint, lime, and a taste of honey. Now, if you make your own, you can add maple syrup even, but let's get away from that white sugar. This is one idea for more fun with nutrients, with herbal possibilities for the stomach or different parts of the body to receive a little bit more towards that homeostasis or wholeness. If you'd like to see more ideas for nutrient level foods, please go to Wise Eats Nexus, NETTXUS, in YouTube, and you'll find some more ideas to work into your refrigerator and into your cabinets. And I'm making it as easy as possible as I can for you to be able to make them without a lot of trouble and have them for your life. Please consider subscribing to receive information when new videos are placed into this channel and clicking like. Thank you, Annette.